Hey, welcome, beloveds. So good to be with you in this way. It's Wednesday, June. It's June? What? It's June 3rd. We are halfway through this calendar year, which kind of blows my mind, like really blows my mind. Um, and we're coming together today with the intention to really connect in to the parts of ourselves that give us resource, to connect in with the parts of ourselves that help us find our way. And we had a little discussion before we sort of jumped into the live about what was here, and someone was naming this capacity to kind of like recalibrate to the new normal as we shift and change, as our life shifts and changes, and not be using like an old barometer or an old measuring stick to see how we are, to let our 0 point kind of like reset, to let ourselves be here now. And certainly in this series that we're working on around divine mind and allowing for that sanctification, purification. There's a word that I'm losing sight of that I was given the whole name of the series, but that's okay. We all know what I'm talking about. Um, that's really about like letting that calibration and purification happen through soul. And so today we'll plug in with the intention of just continuing this work and allowing our system to come into currency, like current moment with ourselves. So I'm going to invite you to just come into the center of your own body, internal gaze on the heart, on the central channel. Feeling your feet, noticing if they're in a place where they can touch the floor. If they can, feeling them not only touch the floor, but touch the earth through the floor, like your feet have energetic feelers that can go and really plug in. And you let yourself plug in through the soles of the feet. When you do that, you'll feel a sense of a greater capacity to let the pelvic floor soften, open, widen. You'll feel some energy of the back sides of the legs. And you'll feel some energy start to slowly and gently move up the spine, bringing that vital life force energy of our beloved Gaia, Mother Earth, Pachamama, into our biospiritual system. Of course, we're already intimately woven with her, but when we bring our attention and our breath there, it amplifies our receptivity to what's already there for us, what is always there for us. And you breathe in that nourishment. And you can feel that as you do, you can settle into your heart more fully. And you can settle into the body temple more completely. And you give yourself the luxury of the breath and time, the allowing of this unfolding, of the deepening connection to earth, the deepened receptivity to the nourishment, the electromagnetic support. And you might begin to feel a little heaviness in the head, across the eyebrows. And you just notice if you have that. It's nothing that needs to be fixed, it just might be there. We spend a lot of time in the heaviness of our cultural programmed mind, and it can be heavy. And so, with compassion, we just allow it to be here with us. And then we begin to notice that from the top of our head, just like from the soles of our feet, there's these sprouts of energy, and those sprouts of energy reach up, just like the roots from the feet go into the earth. These are your soul roots, and they go into the heavens. They plug you into the stars that are resonant for you. They plug you into the angels and the beings of light, the star beings on high that are guides and guardians for you. And there's one particular, just like a taproot from the tree, one particular filament of light that runs from the very center of the crown. This is the stream of eternal light wisdom that links you to the very source, beyond all concepts. Mother, Father, God source, without story. And you can feel here in this sacred connection a reverence. For me, I'm having almost some immediate post-nasal drip, like these inner tears that are here, tears of tenderness when I plug in. And I can feel myself, and I invite you to feel yourself between these roots that go into the earth and the roots that go into the heavens. Nurtured, nourishing, coming from both directions, coming into the heart space, coming into the central channel, coming into the womb space. And you begin to grow a very particular, nuanced type of nostril. This nostril can draw the prana, the divine breath of life, right to wherever you need it. And you feel where in your biospiritual system you're needing more of that sacred light. Maybe it's right in, like we worked with in Soulfield Sunday, right into the brain. Maybe it's into the heart or the womb or a sore knee or a particular emotional part that sits in the belly some way. But you place that sacred nostril in those places or in that place. And you begin to draw the divine breath of life into that spot. And it begins to harmonize that space, and you breathe out anything that's not in harmony, anything that's not serving. Anything that's not current, it's an old version, an old story, an ancient fear. Maybe it was never even yours. And you draw in the new, you release. And you begin to notice as you do this, all the beings who are part of your sacred weave, the friends, the family, those people who are literally woven into the fabric of your being. You wouldn't be you without them. And they may be in bodies and they may be on the other side, but you just notice these moments in time, these beings that grew you in some way, that shaped you in some way, that challenged you maybe even in some way. And you let that sacred nostril draw in the support that amplifies the beauty of the sacred weave of you and all the ones that make up who you are. And as you do that, you feel yourself even more centered in the body, strengthened, uplifted, you're taller. Then you remember that you are part of a sacred weave, a sacred web. It strengthens you. And you feel the energy from the crown reaching further into the heavens and the energy from the feet reaching deeper into the earth. And you draw in more and more love and light and nourishment. Each breath, you come more and more into the fullness of who you are in this present sacred moment. And the old versions and the old calibrations just fall off with ease. I've been sharing and speaking for quite a while in this sacred place. And somehow my mute button has been on. And so I trust that you've been receiving all that you were to receive here in this sacred connection, in the deep nourishment, in the stillness and in the quiet. And I encourage you to stay here, continue receiving as long as it's aligned. And I will look forward to seeing you all soon.